I think that'll work. I think this is a good placement. Hi, what are we doing? I'm cutting up a stick of butter right now. So, it's done in 72 hours, and I got some things to do. So, I'm starting with the most important prompt on the board, an autumn dessert, because I was looking at the prompts and I saw that prompt and I was like, oh my god, this is the perfect excuse I need to bake something. So then I had to go to the store because we didn't have what I wanted. So I have gone to the store. I have bought the apples I need. What are we making? We're gonna make an apple like cinnamon crisp. So consider this your mini cooking chat, okay? So I already pre-measured a lot of stuff out before I popped on the sprints. Cause I was like, oh, I got time. Let's like just measure out like the ingredients I need, okay? So in this bowl, off to the side, we have brown sugar, flour, and oats for our top, for our crisp. And then in another bowl, I have our seasoning for our apples. So some sugar, cinnamon, and nutmeg is what it is. That sounds like an Eleanor pitter patter. Is it Eleanor? Am I right? It's coming very slowly. It is an Eleanor pitter patter. I thought it sounded like you. Okay, so what we gotta do for this? One, we gotta cut up apples, but I didn't cut up the apples yet because I'm like, let's make the pastry part of it first. So I need to like cube up some butter. But now I have to like mix this all together. I don't have a pastry cutter here, so we're just gonna use some forks and call it good, you know? Because you gotta mix cold butter. Okay, Cookie, cars are gonna drive by. That's how cars work. Cookie is a menace sometimes. But yeah, we gotta make the pastries because it's gonna be crumbly, but you know, it works best if you have cold butter. So if you guys do any baking, make sure this is one of the times you want to use butter straight out of your fridge and not room temperature butter. Normally, you know, you're like making cookies or brownies or something. You want your eggs, all that jazz, to be room temperature. Not today. Today we want cold butter. But other prompts that we're doing. Okay, so one of the other prompts is finish your current read. And last Saturday, that sounds like a Sammy. It is a Sammy. Last Saturday, I went to the library to get Fairy Tale by Stephen King for a buddy read. And I was like, oh, I'll just read it this entire week at my mom's and we'll get it done and I'll return it because the library, I like is closer to my mom's house. Yeah, guess what? I'm on like page 100. So we have quite a bit to go. I have like 500 pages and it's Friday. So, I mean, it's not due for 3 weeks. So it's like really not that big of a deal. But like, I think I want to finish it this weekend, you know? So I got to, okay, we need more butter. Hi, Samilton. But the goal, I think, is going to be to get that red here. I think a good chunk today. I think I can get a good chunk today. Because, like, even though they had a 3-hour delay today, my siblings, you know, that I have to watch and make sure they don't burn the house down. They had a 3-hour delay, so they're only going to be at school for like 4 hours today, which I think is stupid. I think they should have just closed, regardless of the fact that it's homecoming. Who really needs the pep rally? Like, you guys could have just maybe said, hey, if you want to participate in the pep rallies, show up an hour before the game and we'll do it then. You know, like, I don't think it was necessarily to do all this, but yeah, no, they're at school for 4 hours. So in the meantime, I'm gonna make this apple crisp and I'm gonna read that book. I'm also working on my crochet pumpkin during the chatty bits because I can like talk and crochet at the same time. Well, I can like crochet and read at the same time, like an audio book, but like I have a physical book of this one, so it's gonna take me a bit longer. Oh, I was like, what is happening, Sammy? Oh, you're just sitting down. That is fine. Sitting down is fine. But yeah, we're just cutting up with the forks the butter. This is like such a chaotic recipe I'm giving you guys. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Just chop that up. I should probably eat something legit for lunch, so maybe I'll make a sandwich or something. That sounds like legit, right? Like, maybe I'll have that. Maybe I'll just eat some apple crisp. Would that be frowned upon if I only ate apple crisp for lunch? It might be. It might be frowned upon. Like, you know, nutrition-wise. Oh my god, I'm about ready to just use my hands and do this because the butter just gets stuck on the fork. Yeah, you know what? My hands are clean. I'm just gonna use my hands to smash it together. Because essentially what you want to do is you want to fold the butter into the oats and the flour and the sugar. I think. What else did I put in this again? Brown sugar. Oh, no worries. Per usual, I'll make a thing. I'll make a Google Doc and I'll link it for you guys so that you guys can see. Make sure the butter is not sticking together. I want it to coat evenly throughout the pastry. Thank you, oven, that you're preheated. Oh, by the way, you're gonna need to preheat your oven to 350 Fahrenheit, whatever that is in Celsius, okay? It'll be in the document. I did do that one. Got the oven going. Okay, take some more of this powdery stuff. Throw that on top and mix that in. It is so much easier to use your hands. Much easier to break apart the butter. I've never used an actual pastry cutter. I guess I'm just lazy and have never bought one, but it's fine. This is working just fine. Okay, you weirdo. Roll around on the kitchen floor. I swear, Eleanor's so weird sometimes, guys. Okay, so now my hands are dirty because I did that with, you know, the pastry. But that's okay because we need to wash some apples. Two birds with one stone. I'll wash the pastry off my hand. But we gotta wash the apples. Let's start with like 3 apples. Yeah. Let's start with like 3. Any of this stuff. Wait, what are you girls looking at? Do you need something? What you girls need? So you guys making potty trips or something? Is that what you guys want to do? Yeah, I guess this knife will do. So I guess we'll just start cutting up the apples. We're gonna cube the apples. Koki, I don't know why you're growling out there, but stop. You probably should peel these, but sometimes you're lazy and you don't do that. You know? Like, the skin isn't gonna kill you, so why bother skinning it, you know? Okay, what we should do is probably grease our dish. I have a lovely baking dish here. Let's toss our apples in. Cut off that brown side of the apple. There we go. See, this is why I can't eat apples. Like, in the skin, you know? Like, just, I can't just, like, bite into that. That's so disgusting. Oh, I didn't tell you guys how to cube these. Just cube them however the hell you feel like, okay? That's all I'm doing. I'm not following any sort of rules. I'm just chopping them into whatever I feel like. So now, you can use some lemon juice so that your apples don't turn brown, because you know how like your apples will start to brown once they start to oxidize. You can put some lemon juice in there. I'm not gonna do that because look, just cut your, just don't take 10 years, okay? That's my advice. Just don't take 10 years and you'll be fine. Okay, so look, now I'm down to the core, but I didn't go all the way to the core yet. So we'll just chop off till I get there, because we don't want to waste that apple. Unless I'm not wasting apple. This is really thin though. I've not had an apple in so long. Okay, I'm back. We got all of our apples cut up. I thought I dropped one. And then we're just gonna take our mixture and then we're just gonna toss the apples in there. That is our sugar, cinnamon, and nutmeg mixture. I might make a little bit more of it here though to fully coat the apples and make it super fall smelling. Oh, it smells so good already. I'm really digging this smell already. I'm gonna add just a smidge more. Put all off my hands then before I start touching containers. Okay, so I need nutmeg. Okay. That would have been a disaster. Yeah, it would have been like the cinnamon challenge. You guys remember the cinnamon challenge when people are being idiots? I mean, people are idiots all the time, but you know, you get my gist, right? And just a smidge of sugar. Oh, let's mix that up here. Just to really have a nice moist apple smell. Okay, now that the apples are all nice and seasoned, now that, oh, my sleeves wound up. Now that that is all seasoned, we're just gonna sprinkle on top our pastry crust. And now we got it all prepared here. We're gonna bake like 40 minutes and then I'll come back and check on it and see how it's crisping up there. We'll go from there. I'm gonna go run outside and throw the apples out. Okay, like I'm really bad at updating this. So yeah, Friday I made that dessert. I'll put a picture on the screen here. I have the whole recipe typed up for you guys. I'll drop it in the description. It was so good. I ended up having like 4 bowls of it. It is at my mom's house, so I'll let them have the rest of it so that I don't just keep eating all of it. But it's our Sunday, so Saturday was a kind of eventful day. Like my mom came back from her trip and all of that. The dogs had grooming appointments and I needed to get my life back together here at home because like everything was a disaster. You know, like I had stuff I needed to put away. I needed to do this XYZ cleaning, blah, blah, blah. There's some of it I didn't get done last week because of when I was leaving and Ava had volleyball games that I was going to, and it was a whole thing. So I really didn't get much reading done on Saturday, or really yet here today on Sunday. It is like 9:40, but we still have time. I just continued reading Fairy Tale. I'm a good chunk in. I did not finish it, obviously, but I did make, like I said, a good chunk. We're at like 200 something, I think. 207. 207 is where I am. So I am making good progress on that. And I am going to continue reading it, but also Subscription Showdown started today, and I have 4 books I want to get through for Subscription Showdown. Thankfully, most of them are relatively like short, like 300-ish pages. So I have this one here first, which is what I rolled, which is Alive Day by Carrie Fugit. I'm not going to finish it tonight. Like, I know that. But we're going to make some progress here on it, which we'll talk about that. I'll probably do one more update in the morning, because admittedly I'll probably just read until I fall asleep with that one. But Fairy Tale, it is giving me 11/22/63 vibes, and I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it, but it is giving me the like time traveling vibes of 11/22/63. But also there's like this weird character that popped up, and I posted this comment in my Stephen King reading group, because this is our buddy read for this month, for September. I'm doing it late, obviously, you know, but whatever. And there's this character in it, and he just reminded me of the other Stephen King book I'm reading right now, which is Bazaar of Bad Dreams, which I did read a good chunk of yesterday. I got to like 29%. So I guess I technically did read yesterday, just not like with my eyeballs, you know? I forgot all about that, but I did do that. So I guess, yeah, it was a good chunk anyways. But there's this character in Bizarre Bad Dreams, which I didn't know it was a short story collection until I started it, but it's more like a collection of novellas in my opinion. Like, they're kind of long short stories, but because I think short stories is like under 10 pages, but 20 max. But these things are like multi-chapters, like they're going on for like an hour and a half. So I feel like they're long, like we said, chapters. Anyways, there's this story in there, Bad Little Boy, and it reminds me of a character that's in Fairy Tale, which was like so weird because like the conception of me reading Fairy Tale at the same time as reading Bizarre Bad Dreams and having that weird like little interlope where it's like, what? Are these like the same characters? It's like almost the exact same like vibe, except for like Bad Little Boy is obviously like a child and this one is like a grown man, but it's like the same like scenario kind of that's happening. But it kind of left off at an intense point. I wanted to read more of it today here on Sunday, but like after my sprints, I went to my mom's house because then I had a football game today. He did amazing. He got a touchdown. They won in overtime. It was great. They totally did the whole thing where they took their water cooler and dumped it all over their coach, like their head coach, because they have like 3 coaches. But first of all, it was like 89 degrees out. Ridiculous. It is almost October. I was like dying. I think that's part of the reason I have a little bit of a headache. I feel like I was like, maybe I'll just like sleep it off, but I feel like I should probably definitely take something here once I'm done with this because my head is hurting. I forgot my water, so I didn't have any during the game. I don't even think if I had water during the game, I think I would have drank all of it. I think I like gave myself like, I don't know, sun fatigue. Is that a thing? I don't know. When I go in the sun, I get tired and like my head hurts and my body is just done. It's like too much vitamin D, I guess. I don't know. Let me live in the darkness. I don't do well with sunlight. I mean, that's not the cup I brought with me. I brought one of my 40-ounce cups, and then, yeah, I freaking forgot it. So, I'm sure that would have helped if I could have drank water or anything. It was like, first of all, I'll just say it. It was the Ben Roethlisberger Stadium. If you don't know who Ben Roethlisberger is, he played for the Steelers for a very long time. This is the high school he went to, is like, where that city is, or I guess it is technically a city, I think. Yeah, so they named the youth football field like after him, and it's like a stadium. And like, you're gonna tell me this guy who played professional football, made millions of dollars, can't afford, like, bro, I would have paid for water. Trying, you know, yeah, you guys can make some, again, sometimes you're limited to your surroundings. However, you can put bleachers in. There were no bleachers. I mean, there was, but there was like 5, like, rows. I'm just gonna put it out there. My brother's school, which was the away team, we take it very seriously. Our youth football team, we pack our own stands on the high school field for 5th and 6th graders. We pack almost all the visitor side at a normal high school's football field for the 5th and 6th graders. We're very serious about the football of these children, okay? And you gonna tell me we don't have bleachers? And I feel like that should have been informed of us, because I would have brought a lawn chair if I knew. And I can't sit in the grass. I'm allergic to grass. So then I was standing most of the time. And I think I just really exhausted myself. Like, why do people like being in the sunlight? People enjoy going out and being in the sun. I find that really hard to believe. Apparently people do that kind of crazy bullshit, but that's just like a little rant. Anyways, let's go to the bingo board. I could put it on the screen, or I could just show you guys my iPad. This one works, right, guys? Okay, so I use little acorns because they were cute. So admittedly, I'm probably not going to finish any of the other prompts because, like I said, it is almost 10 p.m. here. But oh my gosh, I can't do both of this at the same time. This is complicated. We'll just use my face. So under this one is the cozy reading, and I'll put a picture here on the screen. I cozied up with Sammy under a blanket and had a snack of my apple. my spiced apple crisp with some ice cream, and I had some water because my favorite is water. It's my favorite beverage. Next one we have the creative, which is take an autumn photo, which I'll also put on the screen. Yes, it's technically autumn, and we have some leaves falling on the ground, but like they're not pretty yet. And like I said, it was 89 degrees today. It's supposed to be 50. It's fall. Make it cold. Anyways, on screen I'll put it here, is a picture of the pumpkins I crocheted. I finished my second one last night. I did do that yesterday. I was gonna make 2 more, but like looking at the 2 on the couch, I feel like the 2 is definitely good enough. And then I still have like 2 skeins though of orange yarn, so because I bought 3 because I was like psycho. So I think I'm just gonna make more, but like I want to make them for my sister. I also thought about making like an orange scrunchie for Halloween, you know, but that might be cute. Maybe it's something I look into tomorrow. I don't know. And then we have this free space, which is just 72 pages. So, you know, read 72 pages, which I did do. I read, because like I said, I did read 200 pages of fairy tale. Like I only read like 20 pages before we started. So really it's like 180. So we're like there. This one is Autumn Food, which is the apple crisp, which we've already talked about. We don't need to talk more about that. Autumn drink. Make subscribe your favorite autumn drink. I really don't have a favorite autumn drink. You know, I really don't. But I grabbed myself an iced coffee from the 7 Brew, and it was delicious. I loved it. Oh, Nori, are you having dreams? She's like barking in her sleep. Not like barking, but she makes these like little closed mouth barks sometimes. It's her birthday today. She's a whole 7 years old. Miss L, are you dreaming about squirrels? She's dreaming about something. She's getting all worked up in her sleep over it. Let's see if I can get her on camera doing this weird shit. Where is she? There she is. Look at the puffing and puffing in her sleep. She'll probably be done now that I tried to put a camera on her, but... Oh, her eyeballs open. I talked too much and I woke her up. Oh, no. Okay. Anyways, like I said, I'll probably update you guys again in the morning because I'm probably just going to read until I go to sleep. And I'm going to take something for my head because it does, in fact, hurt. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Last time I tried this bullshit where I was like, I'll just, like, sleep it off. I did, in fact, not sleep it off. So, really, I think it's also my neck really is freaking bothering me and it hurts. But yeah, I'm gonna pick up a live day because subscription showdown did start, so I also want to get some of that read. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna read this for the rest of the 72-hour readathon, and we'll kind of go from there. Like, I've actually been really looking forward to this. This is a memoir about a couple who was dealing with the American military system, so I'm kind of intrigued to kind of see what this is, because it also has to deal with like some hard topics like prescription painkillers and addiction to that, so I'm like kind of intrigued. Hi, I told you that I probably, oh man, I dropped everything. You guys can sit with me in my car while I pack up this pango order. I'm not gonna ship it out today because I forgot that I wanted to put bubble wrap in it, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll at least get the label on it, I guess. And that's probably important, so I don't lose this. Anyways, I only read about 40 pages last night of a live day to finish out the 72 hours. I definitely need some trigger warnings. Because like in the first chapter, we talk about SA and children, and like there was no trigger warnings. I think wasn't in graphic detail, but still definitely should have been mentioned about that. So, you know, it is an interesting read though so far. Later, so I can put bubble wrap in it. Very interesting read so far, like I said, but it did need some trigger warnings. Also some triggers for like some gun violence, because at this point we've talked about guns several times. I guess that's probably to be, I mean, that's kind of to be expected because it does say it's about American military life, but like still it was like a lot in the first 40 pages, like a lot of triggering stuff. So it's definitely not for everyone to read for sure, but I am intrigued where it's gonna go, so I am going to continue it over this week. if you guys want to see more of my thoughts on it, I'm going to be vlogging that one more for subscription showdown, if I can get that out of my mouth. But yeah, that's gonna be the plan. I'm gonna head into work because I guarantee everything is a disaster clusterfuck because I was gone for a week. And also I just like need to get my life back together because everything is in shambles. It's probably gonna take me a little bit longer to move because I totally have a migraine and I can feel everything in my neck tensing back up through here. I don't know what it is about me being in the sun. Like, I didn't get burned because I was like slathered in sunscreen, you know, but something about me being in the sun just makes me so freaking tired. And like, I feel like I'm super dehydrated yet, even though I've had like 3 of these so far. And just like random like glass or 2 of water, like here or there. Like, I don't know, man. I don't think I can be in the sun. I don't think my body likes the sun. It likes to be in the darkness. But again, we didn't finish any books in these 72 hours, but I did get a fair bit of reading done in like a nice, chill, relaxing weekend for the most part. Great football game for my brother yesterday. But I'm gonna head into work because my other brother has an eye exam this morning. So I'm gonna find him in the building when he arrives.